Hey, the Biochemistry Academy here. Today we'll talk about an important topic in biochemistry, which is biotransformation and xenobiotic metabolism. But before we begin, you can subscribe to the Biochemistry Academy for all biochemistry courses. Well, let's begin. What is biotransformation? When I first heard the word biotransformation, I was like in the movie Transformers, meaning that there will be a transformation somewhere. Well, biotransformation is a chemical process or a reaction that occurs in the body in which a chemical substance or a foreign compound is converted into another chemical compound. Now, this chemical compound that is formed can be a toxic compound, a less toxic compound, or a non-toxic compound. So, biotransformation is the conversion of a toxic chemical compound into a more toxic or a less toxic or a non-toxic compound. Now, this biotransformation is classified into two, which are detoxification and intoxication. Now, detoxification is the conversion of a toxic compound into a non-toxic compound or a less toxic compound in an excretable form. Then intoxication is the conversion of a toxic compound into a more toxic compound. Now, an example of detoxification is the conversion of glucuronic acid to UDP glucuronic acid. And an example of intoxication is seen in the production of products such as the conversion of veal chloride to veal chloride epoxide. Now, to understand this detoxification, we would understand what xenobiotics are. Now, xenobiotics are foreign compounds that need detoxification. Now, this xenobiotics includes additives, bilirubin, which are produced by bacterial action in the body that leads to the formation of histamine, tyramine, tryptamine, and cadaverine. Now, another important xenobiotics are drugs, then also environmental pollutants, pesticides, and so forth. So the metabolism of xenobiotics are included in biotransformation. Now we are going to understand the metabolism of xenobiotics. The metabolism of xenobiotics includes two phases, which are the phase 1 reaction and the phase 2 reaction. Now let us understand the phase 1 reaction more in this video, which converts toxic compound into non-toxic water-soluble compound. Well, in this particular video, we will talk about the phase 1 reaction. The phase 1 reaction occurs in three main ways, which are 1. Oxidation or hydroxylation, 2. Reduction, and 3. Hydrolysis. Now, in the phase 1 reaction, a group is added to the compound, and the reason for this is for the compound to be less toxic or water soluble. Now, in the oxidation or the hydroxylation, there is an important compound or enzyme that we should take note of, which is Cytochrome P450 for the hydroxylation or oxidation reaction. Note that this Cytochrome P450 can also be called mixed function oxidase, because you might find such name in some biochemistry textbook. And we should know that this cytochrome P450 requires NADPH as a coenzyme and phosphatidylcholine for its action. Now, there are up to 20 to 100 or even 200 forms of cytochrome P450, which are located in the microsomes of the liver. Note, you might be asked, or even you as a student may even ask, why is it called cytochrome P450? Is that P450 really that important? Well, yes, it is important because it has a maximum absorbance at 450 nanometer when it is exposed to carbon monoxide. And we should note that the liver is the main site for detoxification. The oxidation reaction involves the oxidation of alcohols, aldehyde, amine, aromatic hydrocarbons, sulfur compounds, and also drugs. Now, in the oxidation of alcohol like methanol is converted to formic acid, or alcohol like ethanol is converted to acetic acid, and alcohol like benzoyl alcohol is converted to benzoic acid. In aldehyde, benaldehyde is converted into benzoic acid, and chloride is converted into trichloroacetic acid. Then in amines, aliphatic amines are being converted into aliphatic acid and urea in an excretable form. Then aniline is converted to aminophenols. Then in aromatic hydrocarbons like benzene are converted into phenol. Then in sulfur compounds are being converted into sulfuric acid. These are the example of oxidation or hydroxylation reaction in the phase 1 reaction. So this example reveals the conversion of toxic compound into a less toxic and water-soluble form in an excretable form. Next is the reduction reaction of the phase 1 reaction. Now, in the reduction reaction, there are 3 types of reaction that occurs, and this reaction occurs in 3 compounds, which are the nitro compounds, in pitric acids, and in chloral compound. So look at the first. In nitro compounds like nitrophenol is converted into aminophenol. Then in picric acid, the picric acid is converted into picriamic acid. Then in chloral compound, the chloral are being converted into trichloroethanol. Among these, the most important compound and reaction is the nitrophenol. Next, we'll look at the last reaction of the phase 1 reaction, which is hydrolysis. In hydrolysis, the bigger molecules are converted into smaller ones by the addition of an hydroxyl group. For example, let's say a compound AB is converted into A and B on their own by the addition of an OH group, which is the hydroxyl group, to A, and hydrogen group is added to B. So the bigger molecules are broken or converted into smaller ones by the action of water. Now, compounds which are detoxified by hydrolysis include aspirin, atropine, procaine, and xylocaine. So the most important type of reaction of hydrolysis is on the compound aspirin. So aspirin is converted into salicylate and acetic acid. Then atropine is converted to tropine and tropic acid. Now these are the compounds that are being hydrolyzed by the hydrolysis reaction. In our next video, we'll talk about the phase 2 reaction. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Biochemistry Academy for more content like this. Arigato.